Hey guys, Hobie Hill, D-Dungeon Games. So once again, we're back here with another Diception story. This one's going to be called Giant Stone. It's a super fun game, as always. Simple, creative, three people or more. D20, D10, D8, D4, about 3 minutes. So it's a pretty quick game. It may take longer on the video, but if you like what you see, you really want to support us, we enjoy it. We thank you. You can support us by getting the PDF at our website at ddungeongames.com. You can also support us through DriveThruRPG with a print-on-demand paperback and or hardback. And also, if you're on Roll20, we got you there too. So just search us up and you'll find Diception there. So yeah. So without any further ado, so let's check out Giant Stone, guys.
All right, guys. So this game is a little bit different than what some of the other games are. This is kind of a play on roulette, and essentially a lot of the dice is the DM is going to use this dice, right? That's what they're going to use, and then the players are going to basically bet coin with however many they want by the dice. So it's up to the DM to kind of decide essentially what they want to do to add. As far as cost wise, I can't make the cost for you. I mean, I can give you a template. So what I would typically do is, like for this one, you know, the 1 or 3 or 2, basically different antes. So the D4 represents if the outcome is odd or even. So if you thought the odd was going to be the outcomes to be odd, you would put the die 4 on a 1 or a 3. So I'm going to bet lower because I'm not really too sure. So I'm going to put it on a 1, right? Okay, so I'm going to put my bet out there. Okay, so this is the lowest bet. You know, it's a 50-50 chance. So the roulette would go, and it's 11. So I would get, you know, basically, you know, 2 times the amount. So I would say if I bet, you know, per number, high or low, say the minimum bet was 2, the high bet was 4, I would get 4 gold back. Basically, that's kind of how I see it. Okay, and then we'll go to the D8. So the D8, I'm trying to read as well, so I apologize. Where's it at? Oh, sorry. I need a D6. So the D6 is the same way, right? So 1 to 3 represents red, and a 4 to 6 represents black. Okay, so if I thought the outcome was going to be red, okay, so I would put it on a 3. I really like my chances of that, so I'm gonna bet high. For the roll for it to be red or black. Let me read real quick. Yeah. So for the red or black, it's as simple as the DN calling odd or even before. So if it's an odd number, it would be black. Say I'm gonna say odd is black, even is red, or yeah, even is red. So I would roll and I bet for red. So I want an even number to pop, and I did. So I bet the highest amount. So I would get 3 times my bet, which is always good. So I would get, say my bet was 6 gold. So say the minimum was 2 gold per tier, essentially. They would get, math is hard, you know, guys. So you would get, if I bet 6, I would get 12 back because it's 2 times. Yes, that is right. So this is one of the more integral games. It's a little bit more complicated. And this is one of the reasons why I'm doing these videos, is to try to understand it myself sometimes, to make sure I'm not missing something for some crazy reason. So the D10, 1 to 10, yeah, so you get the percentile and you get the other guy. So if you want to use the percentile, you would use this for the 1 to 10, and then the other guy would be 11 to 20. So you would put it on, if you thought the number was going to lie on gosh darn, my brain's not working. If you thought the number was going to roll on 11 through 20, you would use this guy to bet. Sorry, that wasn't even a percentile, or that was a normal one. So you would use this guy here, the higher one, right? And if you thought it was going to roll on 1 to 10, you would bet on this guy. And again, you could use these to signify the amount of your bet, and you could totally do that. So say I really think it's going to roll on less than 10 essentially, right? So I'm gonna bet high. Oh no, so I bust, so I lose my bet. Okay, and then lastly, guys, so we have the D12 for the last betting right here, and the D12 represents ranges from 5, so 1 to 3, 4 to 6, 6 to 10, 11 to 15, and 16 to 20, right? So there's 5 different groups of numbers. So on the D12 is really important to note that you're going to put that on, say I think it's going to fall through 16 through 20. So I'm going to put this sucker on 10, 11, or 12. So depending on what kind of bet I want to use, right? So I'm going to say I'm going to bet low because I just lost. So I'm going to hope for a 16. Oh, nope. So I would have lost, right? But I would have lost, whatever my bet was, which wouldn't be terrible. So yeah, that's totally the game. I mean, it's somewhat complicated, but it's not too terrible, at least I hope. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. So there's that. So as always, I leave you with the lore segment. And the lore for this one is, as long as you were not in the town of Earthstone when it happened, the story behind the game is quite funny. A foolish young king had angered a large number of stone giants. They returned the favor by chunking large stone down the mountainside, pulverizing Earthstone. The story was retold for generations by the bards and eventually adapted in the game of Giant Stone. So I hope you like my adaptation of a dice game, Roulette. And yeah, if you got any questions or comments, or maybe you need to reshoot this video because I kind of stammered over myself, let me know. Thank you.